Hello friends, in this video we are going to see about the blood supply of the brain. That is the circle of Willis. Here we are going to study by 2D diagram. Afterwards we will understand how in 3D. Only this hexagon will be seen from the upper portion, that is in the 3D form, and this will on posterior side. Now here first to draw the circle of Willis, we have to draw the hexagon, and then at the each end there will be the one branch. Here main three arteries supplies to the forms the circle of Willis. That will be the anterior, first one will be the anterior cerebral artery, second one will be the middle cerebral artery, and third one will be the posterior cerebral artery. Here we can see that this will be the anterior side, as it is the vertebral artery, this will be the anterior side. So these two branches will be anterior cerebral artery, this one will be the middle cerebral artery, whereas these two posterior branches will be posterior cerebral artery. Posterior cerebral artery. Now here we can see that these two branches will be the vertebral arteries, vertebral artery, whereas it forms to a single branch, that is the basilar artery. Basilar artery. Here we can see one more branch, that is at this middle cerebral artery, one more branch arises to the inner side of this hexagon box. They will be named as the internal carotid artery. In this way we can see that two anterior cerebral arteries will be there, two middle cerebral arteries will be there, two posterior cerebral artery, and the branches arising inner side will be the internal carotid artery, and on the back side in 2D diagram we can show all in the one page, but in 3D diagram by seeing from the above we can see this only hexagon box which is the circle of Willis, and from the back side we can see only the basilar artery with the vertebral artery. We have to see which one will be the anterior communicating artery and which one will be the posterior communicating artery. We can see that this and this branch will be total anterior cerebral artery, this one will be the totally anterior cerebral artery. I have marked with the yellow highlighter, this two will be the anterior cerebral artery, this totally will be the posterior cerebral artery, then the remaining two will be this one, this is the anterior, they are communicating between the two anterior cerebral artery, so it is named as the anterior communicating artery, whereas at the posteriorly, the posterior cerebral arteries both sides have been connected, they are called as the posterior communicating artery. In this way we can see by the 2D explanation circle of Willis, it is by hexagonal form. Three main arteries we have to remember: anterior cerebral artery, middle cerebral artery, and the posterior cerebral artery. Then we can see the two branches on the posterior side, that is the basilar artery with the vertebral artery, and the two arteries or the branches that are arising to inner side of this circle of Willis will be internal carotid artery, and two arteries known as communicating arteries, that is the anterior communicating artery and the posterior communicating artery.